World War III is imminent, and America is 100% responsible for starting it. Unequivocally, it is America's fault. And all the loss of life, all the financial destruction that is going to result from this war should be laid at the feet of the United States of America. Now, a lot of you patriots are going to get mad at this video because you're brainwashed morons that think America is always righteous and perfect, and our enemies like China are the bad guys. Well, I don't know if you've been watching the news recently, but we've just launched a tariff war. We have declared economic war on China, the likes of which we have not experienced ever in American history. Now, the Amerifats will say that China was exploiting the U.S., stealing U.S. jobs, manipulating their currency, and just giving us the shaft over the last couple of decades. But you know who really gave us the shaft? You know who really outsourced your jobs, you stupid Amerifats? It was the corporations that wanted to maximize their corporate profits. They don't give a crap about you. They stiffed you. If they were truly patriotic and cared about Americans and not their corporate profits, they would have kept the frickin' jobs in America. But anyway, so there's all this drama going on. What happened? Trump declares Liberation Day. He levies a 34% tariff on China. China is reliant on exports. They make goods and they send them around the world. That is the primary driver of their economy. That's how their economy is oriented. So when you start tariffing them and you start cajoling all of your allies to fight back against China, you're threatening the heart and soul of the Chinese economy. So China responds because they're not going to back down. They see this confrontation for what it is. So they levy a reciprocal tariff of 34%. Okay, I guess that's tit for tat. I understand what's going on here. You put on 34, we're going to put on 34. And then Trump, where he really crosses the line, is he says, we're putting on a 50% tariff on top of the 34%. So now the combined tariffs on China's exports coming into the United States are 104%. And China, of course, responds. And I saw in the news 84%. I don't know if that's the combined total or an additional tariff on U.S. exports to China. So you can quickly see that things are escalating extremely quickly. Things are getting heated because a tariff of such magnitude and proportions is it's a pure assault on the Chinese economy. Do you not see what's going on here? Who started this escalating conflict? Who was being so insanely aggressive with such preposterous tariffs that it's going to push China potentially into a hot war? It's the United States. The United States is causing this, okay? And if there's a war with China, it's going to be bloody. It's going to be nasty. This isn't Afghanistan. Millions could die. Millions. And you, young man, you're going to be the one fighting the freaking war. It's not going to be the feminist chicks. It's not going to be the boomers. It's going to be freaking you. And when you're sitting in a trench in Taiwan, getting freaking blasted by mortar fire, seeing screaming Chinamen charging towards you, you're going to be thinking, oh, I'm fighting for America. We're the righteous side. No, we're not. We started this war. And even if China was being a little naughty with their trade practices, the amount of escalation, the ramping up of tensions so rapidly, so suddenly, it is a declaration of war on China. And their last resort, if things get so bad, their last resort to get back at America is to invade Taiwan, to unify the country like they've been wanting to do, and who are we to stop them, and to cut off the chips that are powering a lot of stuff in the United States. And the resulting depression, the resulting economic catastrophe, the explosion of government deficits, the amount of lives that could potentially be lost as World War III erupts around the globe will be catastrophic. You are going to suffer like you've never suffered in your freaking life. Your times have been good. You think times are bad now? If we go to war with China, a lot of people are going to freaking die. And even people at home that don't go and fight the war are going to experience shortages, rationing. It's going to be nasty, okay? Never forget who started this war. It is Donald Trump and the United States of America. China is just fighting for its survival and existence. I don't know if you guys have read a history book, right? Pick up a book, you dumb Amerifats. I don't read books. I just hunt and fish. But do you know that China's been abused like a little biatch over these last couple of centuries? Do you know the amount of invasions, exploitations that have been perpetrated on China while they've been weak and feeble? Lots of them, okay? European powers freaking invaded China and basically beat them into submission. They were controlled by Europe. The Europeans landed troops there and freaking exploited them. Freaking conquered them, basically. Made them their little biatch. And then during World War II, guess what? Japan invades China, massacres millions of Chinese people. Go read about the Grape of Nanjing, I believe it's called, where Japanese soldiers were just bayoneting children and taking freaking pictures, cutting people's freaking heads off and laughing about it. It was the most bloody thing that ever happened to China. And now China wants to be strong again. How dare they? After being absolutely shafted by Western powers, after being brutalized and absolutely obliterated by Japan, conquered, exploited, now they want to be strong again. Why would they want to do that? That's so effed up, bro. You should just be weak forever and let the Western powers exploit you forever, bro. Think logically, okay? Are the Chinese our friends? No, they're not. But are they the bad guys? Are they evil for fighting for their national interest? No, they're not. Okay? In the globe, you have a bunch of nations competing for dominance. That's how the world works. The United States tries to compete for dominance. China tries to. Every freaking country is trying to get the best advantages they can to help their economies and to help their people prosper. That's how the world freaking works, okay? China's not evil. It's not a bad country. It's a rival, it's a competitor. But we are the baddies for escalating the tensions, for escalating the conflict to such an extreme degree so quickly, so fast, that America will be responsible for World War III. America will be responsible. So you remember that when you're in a freaking trench, young man. When you freaking die, you're gonna freaking die, you hear me? Yeah! Oh, you wanna fight for freedom and patriotism? Yeah, oh yeah, that's why you're going to war. What a freaking disaster. Anyway, what do you think? Am I just a Chinese shill because, you know, I'm not a blind patriotic moron? America, yeah, we can do whatever we want. Yeah. Freaking morons. You're so fat and stupid. Go eat your hot dog, scum. Anyway, like, subscribe, check out the pinned comment, book a tax consultation. Taxes are due April 15th. You need to make an estimated payment if you have taxes due, even if you're going to file an extension. Book a consultation. I'm a CPA. I do taxes for all states in the United States. And let's get your taxes set up and avoid penalties and interest. Cheers!